Welcome everyone to my channel. If you haven't been here before, pull up a seat, sit down. We are going to talk about the wrap-up for April 2026 in my April reads. As you can see here, they all are. They are in their whole glory here. We have, of course, a manhwa or a webtoon or whatever you want to call it from Tapas called The Beginning After the End by Turtle Me. What made me read this book? The premise sounded interesting. You want to know what the premise is? Here's the premise. Experience the hit fantasy comic finally in print. That's not the premises. King Gray is a remarkable ruler with a prosperous reign, and yet opulence and success cannot bury emptiness and solitude. His time as king, however, comes to an abrupt end, and he reincarnates as Arthur Lewin, a baby born in a world of magic and monsters. Equipped with memories of his previous life and the desire to protect the newfound warmth surrounding him, Art begins his journey of becoming a strong warrior once again. Sword training, monocore formation, magic studies. Art does it all in order to be as powerful as can be. But will it be enough to repel the dangerous forces that threaten his second chance at life? Though this one only goes up to like a certain point. I think he's like 10 in the end of this. So from a baby to 10. Yeah. It's still a nice little blurb. It's slow going in the beginning of this series, so I know this. I'm aware of it. I don't care. It's still good. Alright? Okay. So this story is part of a series called The Beginning After the End. That's literally the series name and same as the title. Every single manhwa that I have, of this right here, that's the title. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20. Probably 30. I don't know. What did I think of this? Like I said, it's slow going, and I knew it was going to be, but it's still interesting to see how the world is pieced together. So you're learning the world as a kid does, through interactions and learning new things and realizing things, and the world expands as he learns about it. So the world you don't really know a lot about the world. Because he doesn't know a lot about the world. You don't really know a lot about magic and everything in it, or how it's all done, until he learns about it. So it's an expanding world, and you don't even really know much about where King Gray comes from. But I'm going to assume it'll expand, and you will learn more about it later, and eventually in the series. So that's what I thought of the book. Did it live up to my expectations? Yes, for what I knew it was going to be. Yes, it did. It lived up to my expectations. Should you go and read this story/series? I would read it all consecutively, not like I have been. But then again, I actually did read it all consecutively at one point on not Webtoons, but on Tapas. I have read the majority of it consecutively. I kind of ran out of money, so I couldn't continue reading it on Tapas, and now I can't continue reading it on Tapas. So I'm gonna have to wait until the manga comes out. I'm wishing the light novel would come out so I could read that as well, because that has more detail in it, and I did start trying to read that too, but like I said, I ran out of fucking money, man. Money is just the issue in the world. But yes, go ahead and read this. Okay? The Summer Palace by Lawrence Watt Evans. Let me read this book. This is the last book in the trilogy of the Annals of the Chosen One. All of the world is kept in a delicate balance under the supervision of the Wizard Lord. It is his duty to govern lightly and protect his domain. But if he should stray from the way of the just, then it is up to the Chosen to intercede. The Chosen are the leader, the seer, the swordsman, the beauty, the thief, the scholar, the archer, and the speaker. Magically infused mortal individuals who, for the term of their service, have only one function: to remove an errant Wizard Lord. The Chosen fulfilled this role when they removed the insane and tyrannical former Wizard Lord and exposed treachery within their own ranks. But the new Wizard Lord has now changed the playing field by neutralizing all magic in his domain, both his own and that of the Chosen, and he successfully killed his adversaries or blocked the challenges to his omnipotence. Now on the run, Sword must work alone to restore order to their fair land and unravel the mystery of the Nine Talisman, which might be the salvation or downfall of all that is good in their well-ordered land. So that's the third. Technically, in my opinion, the third and the second book could have been put together and it'd be just a duology and it would have been fine. This story is part of a series, of course I already told you, that was the chosen one. What did I think of the book? I think it would have been better if the Summer Palace and the Nine Talisman had been one book. I think it would have been better if it was a duology instead of a trilogy. It would have been stronger in my opinion, and it would have hit better, because both the second and the third one are mainly Sword trying to piece things together about the current Wizard Lord, and then deciding to take him... Yeah. Deciding to do something about the Wizard Lord because things are going bad, obviously. You heard the blurb for this one. So yeah, he decides to take him down, and how he decides to do it, and he set up in work on how he does that. That's basically, they could have been put together. They could have been. Did this live up to my expectations? I mean, it was a good ending. But like I said, it would have been stronger if it was a duology instead. And this was a lot of unnecessary fluff in this. To be honest, because like he could have trimmed down his whole being alone for an entire winter, talking to Lear sometimes while digging a tunnel and contemplating. They could have been shortened. Should you go and read the story series? If you like Lawrence Watt Evans books, if you like fantasy, if you like weird ass magic, if you like struggles, if you like murders, if you like journeys, yes, go ahead and read it. Yes. Okay. Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. I did that better than I did last time. Okay. What made me read this book? The translated title from Japanese to English, and I'm always interested in reading that kind of stuff. What's it about? If you could go back, who would you want to meet? In a small back alley of Tokyo, there is a cafe that has been serving carefully brewed coffee for more than 100 years. Local legend says that this shop offers something else besides coffee, a chance to travel back in time. Over the course of one summer, 4 customers visit the cafe in the hopes of making that journey. But time travel isn't so simple, and there are rules that must be followed. Most important, the trip can only last as long as it takes for the coffee to get cold. Heartwarming, wistful, mysterious, and delightfully quirky. That's what it is. Yeah. This book is part of a series called Before the Coffee Gets Cold. Why? Because most book series end up being the title of the first book series. It's just the way it is, because people just do that, and it's weird. I don't know what else to tell you about that, okay? What did I think of this book? It made me cry. So good. It made me cry. So good. Yes, good. Did this live up to my expectations? I didn't think it was going to be short stories interconnected. And so the stories themselves were okay. I really wish it would have just been one whole story instead, featuring around one person instead of 4 different individuals. But for what it was, yeah, it lived up for my expectations. And that it was a tear-jerking story. Should you go and read this story/series? There are, according to this book, so far 5 books. Do I think you should go ahead and read the story series? Yes. Yes, especially the first book. It's really interesting, and it's a weird-ass concept, really. And it's heart-rendering, heart-tearing, tear-jerking. You gonna cry, especially if you listen to the Audible. Boy, I should have physically read that book. I should have physically read this book instead of Audible. It might not have cried as much. So there you go. Dark Water by Sharon Sala. It's a standalone, so it's not part of a series. What made me read it? Because it sounded interesting on the back. The water is dark and cold. 2 decades ago, Sarah Jane Whitman's father disappeared with an embezzled fortune from his local bank, an act of betrayal that subjected his wife and daughter to a vicious scandal. Now a body has been pulled from its watery tomb, a body that is identified as Frank Whitman's. This grim discovery proves Sarah's father was innocent and that the real thief got away with murder. Now Sarah's obsession with uncovering the truth is making some people in Marmot, Maine, very nervous. Suddenly, the prosperous citizens of this community are under intense scrutiny, including Tony DeMarco, who grew up with Sarah. But is the concern Tony shows for Sarah's safety genuine, or is he hiding something dangerous? And can she trust him with her future as a desperate killer tries to shut the door forever on the past? Dun dun dun! What did I think? Well, what did I think of the book? It was a nice mystery. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a good mystery. I enjoyed it. So yes. Did it live up to my expectations? Yes, it definitely lived up to my expectations for what it was. Though some stuff on the back of the blurb is a little misleading in slightly different ways, but, you know, I didn't throw anything off too badly. So, yeah. That's what I gotta say for that. Should you go and read this story? Well, if you ever read Jackson Rule by Dina McCall, read this. They're the same author. You'll enjoy it. You probably enjoy this one. Technically, since it's a little bit of a mystery, you probably enjoy a bunch of other her books that she's read. You may even read some of them. One Snowfall, Butterfly, Remember Me, Union, and Sweet Baby. And The Perfect Lie. Yeah. The why they sat there and said that in this book, I don't know. Anyways, yes, I'd go read it. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. As far as I know, there are 7 books in this series. 6 and 7 are scheduled to be released of the ACOTAR series. What made me read this book? Well, there was a big-ass hype from it. And I just wanted to try the author, and I wanted to try this because it sounds like it was going to be interesting. I mean, fairies. Fae. What could go wrong with that? So, when 19-year-old huntress Frere kills a wolf in the woods, a terrifying creature arrives to demand retribution. Dragged to a treacherous magical land she knows about only from legends, Frere discovers that her captor is not truly a beast, but one of the lethal immortal fairies who once ruled her world. At least he's not a beast all the time. As she adapts to her new home, her feelings for the fairy, Tamlin, transform from icy hostility into a fiery passion that burns through every lie she's been told about the beautiful, dangerous world of the Fae. But something is not right in the fairy lands. An ancient wicked shadow is growing, and Frere must find a way to stop it or doom Tamlin and his world forever. What did I think of this book? I did not enjoy it the way I thought I would. I DNF'd it halfway through. I made it 50% of the way through the book, and then I DNF'd it because I couldn't get into it. I couldn't care about the characters, like, at all. I didn't care about the characters at all. Zero, nada. Did not care. Especially Frere. Her reactions were just not normal. Okay? For the most part, they were not normal, and I just couldn't get attached to her or to Tamlin in any way, shape, or form. And I tried. I mean, I got 50% of the way through the book before I decided to DNF. You can't say I didn't try, because, like, I tried. I tried so hard to get into this, because ACOTAR is a big thing, and I know it's a big thing, but I couldn't get into it. And I just realized my copy of the book is, like, weird. They didn't trim it right. Anyways, I just couldn't get into it. So it definitely did not live up to my expectations, but that's my opinion and my thing. If you loved it, you loved it. If you want to try it, try it. I'm not going to say no to you trying it. Go ahead and try it. You might like it better than I did. Because we have different tastes. Just because I like something doesn't mean you have to like it. And just because you like something doesn't mean I have to like it. Should you go and read a Story Cell series? If you like fairies, if you want to give it a try, go ahead. If you like weird shit, then yeah, go ahead. So yeah, that's about all I can say about that. All right, I'm sorry. I'm also gonna say sorry about this one. The Book of Azrael by Amber V. Nicole. What made me read this book? The Book of Azrael. The Skull. About gods. And magic. How could I not? Okay. So, I only have the blurb on the back of this book, which is really weird. But for 1,000 years after the God's War, the ethereal world has known peace, but soon that too will change. An old enemy driven by revenge slowly builds an army behind the scenes. Temples are being ransacked in search of an item long lost, and enemies since the dawn of time must put aside their differences if they have any hope of survival. This book is part of a series called Gods and Monsters. I think book 2 recently came out. I'm not too sure. Don't hold me to that. Anyways, what did I think of the book? I DNF'd it. I don't understand why. I tried to get into it. I read quite a distance. My thing I can tell you about is that I liked, what is his name? Not her. What is his name? Liam. I liked Liam best. He was the most interesting character out of the story. Got more background on him than anybody else as well. So, yeah. It didn't really live up to my expectations, but I tried it. That's all you can say. I tried it. I DNF'd it. I don't remember where and I DNF'd it, but I DNF'd it. Why is that part damaged? I don't remember damaging that. Now I'm not going to be able to sell it because, like, it's barely been read. Like, I didn't even read it all. Should you go read this story/series? Give it a try. If you like gods and magic and angels and demons, give it a try. That's about all I can say. Because I didn't like it doesn't mean you're not gonna like it. But yeah, I DNF'd it. I couldn't help it, okay? I can't help it. Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. I just finished this book today. This is April 30th. I'm recording this. I finished this today. What made me read this book? It's the second book in the Dark Artifices series, part of the Shadowhunters world. Okay. So, Emma Carstairs has just learned that the love she shares with her warrior partner in Parvati, Julian Blackthorn, isn't just forbidden. It could destroy them both. She knows she should run from Julian, but how can she when the Blackthorn family is threatened by enemies on all sides? Their only hope is the Black Volume of the Dead, a spell book of terrible power. Everyone wants it. Only the Blackthorns can find it. Spurred on by a dark bargain with the Seelie Queen, Emma, her best friend Christina, and Mark and Julian Blackthorn embark on a journey into the courts of Fairy, where glittering rebels hide bloody menace and no promise can be trusted. As dangers close in, Julian devises a risky new scheme that depends on the cooperation of an unpredictable enemy. But success may come with a price he and Emma cannot even imagine. One that could have repercussions for everyone and everything they hold dear. That bottom part, totally fucking accurate. 100%. Okay, what did I think about the book? I loved it. Though I hated the ending. You can love a book and hate the ending. It's a good thing there's a third book, but I'm always going to love this book, but I'm always going to hate the ending. Just always. This is the way it goes. Did it live up to my expectations? Yeah. A lot of shit happens moving, and it gets interesting, and it gets rapidly going. I loved it. I enjoyed it. What can I say? Should you go and read the story/series? Yes. Shadowhunters are awesome. They're magical blood with downworlders of vampires and demons and werewolves and warlocks, witches, fairies, pixies. It's a very interesting collaboration of a great series. I don't know what else to say, really. If you guys think I deserve a like, comment, or a lovely subscription, drop it down below. I will say this before we go. Okay. Before we go, officially, I'm going to tell you this. Out of all these books that I have read, I'm unhauling all but 2. I'm not unhauling this one, and I'm not unhauling this one. The rest of them in the middle here, in between those 2 books, I'm unhauling. I'm never going to read the Annals of the Chosen ever again. I didn't like the Core of Thorn and Roses, so I'm getting rid of that one. I might actually try to sell it on Pango. Same with the Book of Azrael. I'm never going to read Dark Water again. I liked it, but I'm not interested enough to want to reread it. And Before the Coffee Gets Cold, even though I loved it, probably never going to read it again, because short stories don't really interest me, and I really don't reread short stories a lot. Okay? That's just all that is. But anyways, like I said, if you guys think this is a black comment and a lovely subscription, why don't you go ahead and drop it down below. I will see you next time.